Welcome to the Beer Man Network here on Ustream.tv. All right, we are doing coverage of a winter storm, which seems like now it's becoming a dud for the Philadelphia area. Um, you know, I've been looking at different angles. I've looked at pro meteorologist websites, former superstar meteorologist websites. I've looked at the Weather Channel. I've looked at local channels, and I've pretty much hung out with a bunch of guys that know meteorology, and they're a great group, but their information is what I went with as my main target, and I added a few inches to their number. Here's what went down. I told you earlier we're in for a big storm. Well, guess what? We're in for a letdown. So I'll tell you, it's a letdown. But you know what? Bud Light Platinum, the drink of the Philly beer man. So let's dive into it. It's so good. All right. So it's funny because that beer actually I learned about from a guy by the name of the Dirty Twig. He was part of the radio show. That's right. He was the guy who gave us that one-liner. You sound like a radio clown. Well, you know what? I mean, I am who I am. I'm a radio guy and a television guy, and it's a sad thing that, there were some jobs that opened up in the radio business that I was just not going to apply for. You know why? I'm scared of rejection. So I decided to do my own thing here on the internet and look for, some people to come around and hang out. As you can see, I had a wardrobe change because I was outside. Haha. How about this? The first host to wear a hood on the air. That's a new thing, isn't it? Nah, you know what? I'm not going to wear the hood on the air. I'm going to have fun with this, though. You know what I'm saying? Because people who do talk shows have fun. And we're here to talk about the storm. The storm that's going to be a dud, in my opinion, now, though. I've revised my forecast and pretty much moved on to start looking at the Thursday/Friday storm. Because right now, the radar picture does not show a good thing, and it shows the storm going more out to the coast than it does coming inland. And in order for Philly to get a big snowstorm, we needed it to come closer to the land. It went out to the coast, and therefore, we're not going to get a big storm. Now watch, tomorrow I wake up and it'll be like 20 inches of snow on the ground, and I'll be like, you knucklehead idiot. You beer guzzling idiot. Hey, last night was the Royal Rumble. You know what? I know we're on the topic of weather, but you know what? I'm in the mood to talk wrestling. How about the shocking return? The music hit at number 3, entrant of the Royal Rumble. Guess who it was? Testify! My brother Devon! It was Bubba Ray Dudley. How about that? Bubba Ray Dudley returned in Philadelphia to a WWE ring at the Royal Rumble last night. Now that's a topic to talk about, people. If you're a wrestling fan, you know exactly who I'm talking about. If you're not, well then I guess you're shit out of luck. Why am I saying SOL? It's the internet, goddammit. This ain't radio anymore. I can cut it free. Hell, let's take a phone call. Caller 1, you're on the air. There's nobody there, Beavis. Yeah. Anyway, all right, I'm not going to try to mock Scott Mattisol either. He is a legend, and that's that. So, I'm not going to mock I'm not going to steal somebody else's material, man. I'm going to be original and creative. I'm going to be goofy and nuts, you know what I mean? Loose cannon, baby. I actually had this persona that I would have brought into the Royal Rumble last night. It's an old persona of mine. You know what his name is? Well, I'd have to do another wardrobe change to introduce you to him. This persona that I had, who was known as, he was a suit jacket wearing, title belt carrying character, and he was known as the Wall Street Lunatic. Why? Because he's wearing a suit jacket, and he's got the belt, like in wrestling, to be the champ, you got the title. So, he was the guy with the suit jacket and the title, and he always showed up on the Monday Night Raw in Philadelphia, or the pay-per-views in Philadelphia. He always showed up in the crowd with the title and the suit jacket. Everybody knows now that if you go back and watch some old WWE, you'll see the Wall Street Lunatic in action. He's a camera-loving SOB. See, he's like this, I want to be on camera, man. I know, I'm scary looking. It's okay. I'm 38 years old. I'm not a kid anymore. And that's why I can sit here and tell you about the Wall Street Lunatic. Because honestly, I think it's the best character I ever was. I can just picture it now. The Wall Street Lunatic radio show coming your way Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. on the great FM, whatever FM it may be. See, the problem is that today in 2015, the radio talents out there, majority of them are stale and boring. A man who can come and bring something and bring the energy is this guy. Miller, or Bud Light. I used to yell Miller Light. The beer man, Miller Light. See, I said it again. See, I'm worked up, man. I didn't have much sleep last night. I stayed up to watch a freaking Royal Rumble. You want to know the truth? I thought we were going to have a lot more snow, and I stayed up last night to watch a Royal Rumble. And at number 7, I'm the boogeyman. I'm coming to get you. The boogeyman came back at number 7. And then they were like number 13 or 14. It's me. It's DDP. Hey, let me tell you something. You know why I haven't been doing these shows a lot lately? Because I've been busy playing my WWE 2K15 video game. Hell yeah, man. Yo, one of these days I'll have to sit there and let you guys watch in as I, do the whole thing, man. I'm a creative genius, you know what I'm saying? I make the matches. I sit there and call the matches. Man, I'm that type of guy that likes to get into it, man. I bring the passion with me, you know what I'm saying? I bring the passion. That's what you need, is a guy on the radio who gets paid to bring the passion. I shouldn't be doing this for free. I'm not trying to be egotistic or anything, but let's face it, I deserve to get paid for what I'm doing. You think somebody one day would finally catch one of these shows and they'd be like, wow, we want this guy. This guy brings the energy, man. I want this guy every morning on my FM Giant, baby. The Giant FM 42 or whatever the hell you want to call it, I'm just making shit up right now. But you know what? I'm just on a roll, baby. So let's just have fun because this snowstorm turned out to be a dud and I'm pissed off. Think of it this way. You go on a blind date, right? You think you're going to meet like a 6-foot gorgeous blonde, right? And then you go on it, and like the girl shows up, and you're like, oh my God, this ain't who I was looking for. Well, that's the analogy of how the snowstorm built me up today, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's Beer Made Uncensored tonight, man. Hell with the snowstorm stuff. I'm just on a tear tonight, dude. I'm on a tear. Oh, man, I'm telling you, seriously, though. I was telling you guys a couple weeks ago about how, the neck and the back, yeah, it hurts. You know what? But you drink some beer, it makes you feel a little better, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really does. You drink the beer, and it takes the pain away. And you don't feel like, you take a pill, your stomach gets all funky and all. You drink a beer, you're like, hey, nice buzz, your pain ain't as bad. Life ain't that, like, seriously now. I could be your doctor now. Hey, it's Dr. Beerman here. Just drink one of these and call me in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Or call me in a month. Now, give me $500 for that fucking advice. Give me my 500 bones for crying out loud. One thing I learned, making a buck ain't easy in this world. Trying to make a buck, you go to work, you try to make a buck. It's not easy. It's not, though, seriously. The things you go through in everyday life, the stress. I know everybody out there who's in that, we're all in the same boat. We're at the lows, for the people who aren't like making big shot money. I try to relate to every person, even the people who make $100 an hour. I try to relate to them, because they all came through the system like me. We all came from the same type of, we all had to go through our high school years and, and all that bull and, So anyway, drank the beer a little too fast. Anyway, here's the bottom line. I keep it real, okay? I don't sit here and I don't bullshit nobody for any purpose, okay? This is who I am. What I just gave you was a display of who I am, okay? Now, I do like to be a straight up, serious guy. But you know what? People have given me advice and told me, dude, be yourself. Now that the hair's going, I think I'm more of like, I feel like I don't know, I guess I feel like, wow, I can breathe easier. Wow, man, this is great, but like I told you, back, neck, it was pretty much wrecked in a freaking car accident. And, and I'm not trying to sit here and cry about it either. I'm just saying, I could sit here and go on and on about that. I could spend hours and hours crying about this stuff, how my life was turned upside down and, I was on a path of something great and, just getting into the convertible with heated seats and being able to start your car with an automatic starter. Yeah, it has a lot of benefits. You know what I'm saying? Like on cold mornings, it's nice to have that car already warmed up for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to. All you do is click the button, it's warmed up. Life was good for that time frame. But now, I'm in a totally different segment. And the bottom line is this. The older I get, the more I kind of come to the attitude of, you know what? I'm going to be me. And people are going to be more willing to accept the person who I am. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I'm not cutting my hair off anymore. I have to realize I'm a bold son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's face it, my hair's gone. You could say it pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, here you go. Anyway, let's face it. I need to come to reality, and I know what reality is. Yeah, I could do a good radio show. I could do a good television show. But I need a budget to play with. You know what I'm saying? If you don't got no money and you don't have a corporate boss behind you saying, hey, Beer Man, it's your, you take the show in the direction you want. Here's all the things you need. Well, look, I went out there with scraps and I made something really good, okay? They give you lemons, you make lemonade. I mean, I was able to go out and get Jessica Reed to appear on the radio show. And, that I was proud of myself for doing that, Even though, we never really brought her back, but I would love to have her back again. I tried to talk to her about coming back, and it's possible she will come back and appear again on the Beer Man Network. But, look, bottom line is this. I don't give a rat's ass about things. By the way, I promised I would do this. Mark Lapiano, okay, big man, the card player, Mark Lapiano. Listen, dude, I know Scott Madison offered you money to lose weight, dude. Please, go and lose the weight, brother, okay? It's for your own good, man. Lose the damn weight, okay? I'm not exactly a skinny dude. I mean, I'm a heart attack contender myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fat dude, fat and bold. I mean, let's face it, but I go for 6'2". So, but the doctors told me I should have lost weight, and I never did, and that's that, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm a slob, and I still eat shit, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just the truth. A lot of us do that in life, we just let ourselves go. We eat lots of junk food, and it's destroying our futures, you know what I'm saying? Because we eat shit food. But hey, you get my drift. You got to lose the weight, brother. Do something, man. Start going to the gym. Look at Scott Madison, for instance, man. The dude dropped like 30 pounds in the last couple months. Doing a good job with it. That's good. He's motivated, and he finally came to that point in life where he said, you know what, I got to make changes. I'm that type of guy who knows I got to make changes, and I just I look in the mirror and I say, oh, you know what, I'm doing all right. I'm here. I'm in 2015. Who the hell would have thought the Beer Man would be here in 2015? Not many, honestly. At least I'm only drinking one beer tonight. I got a 1 beer limit tonight, so, keeping myself under wraps. And you know what? I got a time limit here, too, for this show. So, but anyway, the bottom line is right now, my newest call for Philadelphia snow totals, if you're looking for that, I'm going with 4 to 6, okay? 4 to 6 in Philly, to the north, 6 to 8. And then further north and east, you'll get up towards, as you continue to go another 100 miles, you get to 2 feet eventually once you get up to Boston area. That's where the storm's going to be. It's going to hug that Boston area. Long Island's going to get hit. And for you guys that lose power, I can relate with it. I hope I don't lose my power, because let me tell you something. I lost my power last year, and I lost my power the year before with Sandy. I wasn't a happy camper. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So, hey, by the way, Reverend Bob Levy, support this guy, all right? He's going to be doing a show over in New Jersey next Friday. No, actually, I believe it's this Friday night. So get over there and support him in New Jersey, all right? Reverend Bob Levy, great guy, great talent. And I was honored to be able to bring him on to WNJC 1360 to make it happen, to get that deal done. I'm also going to let you know that the WNJC radio owner, John Forsythe, is continuing to recover from his stroke. I was shocked to hear that John had a stroke and had to get emergency surgery, but I was glad to hear that John was doing okay and he's on the road to recovery. And you know what? Hey, John gave me opportunities. You know what I'm saying? He gave me opportunities. And you know what? He gave me an opportunity to go on the radio there and do my thing. And, I wish John nothing but the best. And I'm glad I was able to bring, Reverend Bob Levy onto his airwaves. And you know what? Hey, it is what it is. I'm proud of what I was able to achieve. I guess you could say, I was finally able to show myself. And that's the thing. I don't have to worry about what other people want. I have to worry about what I want. And you know what? I'm not an egotistic jerk. I'll tell you that right now. Like I gave Mark Lapiano a little shout out there and was joking around with him and all, you know. And that's what I do, And hell, Adam Reeve, I'll throw it out there for you too, dude. You've been posting on the Beer Man Network page. So I give you guys a little plug, you know what I'm saying? Talked about Scott Matisol, and you know what? Great people. I talked about a whole bunch of people. By the way, I want to let you guys know that our main man, Dean Graziani, got a job as a bartender in Pennsauken, New Jersey. So that's good for him. He got a job. We were talking about people being out of work. Hopefully soon my wife will be able to land one, in the coming weeks. Hopefully good news will come on that front. And you know what? Look, things will get better. Like I said, this is the beginning of something. I'm back. I'm ready to do this again. I did a little bit last night. Did this stuff today. And you know what? I'm back. So either I'm going to be here on this Ustream page or I'm going to be over at Beer Man Network page. So keep spreading the word, getting people to check this stuff out, all right? Because the Beer Man is back. And you know what? Hell, my vision, I could see, it looks like my eyes are closed. I've been noticing that. Every time I look into a camera, you guys think, like, what the hell's this guy? I guess I'm going blind. I don't know. Maybe I'm not back as long as I think I'm going to be. Look, I don't like wearing the glasses because you know what? I'm like, seriously though, doesn't it look like my eyes? Look at that. That's messed up and that's scary. Like my eyes look like they're not open. Man, that's just scary. So, hey, if you got any advice to help me out, I appreciate it. Tell me why my eyes aren't open. But I could see out of them, so that's a good thing. I can see right now that there's 0 live viewers here. But you know what? I hope you guys enjoyed this video broadcast. And like I said, I gave you my snow totals. So everybody be safe out there. Let's hope nobody dies in this thing. But of course, somebody's going to die. It's the way life is. But let's hope that death is minimal. Let's hope power doesn't go out for too long for too many. And everybody be safe out there. And that's it. From the Beer Man, let me take the final slug here. Cheers. Have a good night, everybody.